What's up? It's Dwight. Today I will be going over my song Afraid of Lightning, probably my favorite one off of my latest project, Nostalgia, The Journey Home. So I will break down the production and then the vocals. So yeah, let's get into it. I started with like some pads, kind of like this. Originally it was pitched higher, but when I went through and was recording, I had to redo it and I took it down a key just for the feel of it. But I started with this little like funk guitar. Very mellow. To add like little stuff like so. Then when I'm kind of getting it built, I take the metronome out. I've actually been using hi-hats as snares a lot lately, and that's like giving away a secret. I'll take the hi-hat like this and I'll distort the heck out of it. Like I'll boost like the low end, kind of take a little bit of mid out so it's not like cutting your ears. A lot of people have like a lot of high end in their snare and or their hi-hats, and it hurts your ears. Like if you're like a sound engineer, you know, like it's killing the sibilance in your ears. So like I'll cut a lot of it out, and then I'll add a main snare under it for the punch. I don't normally reverb snares, but I've been doing it lately. I like dry snares. Like I like it to punch and then be out. I'll add the kick. The beat is like, so if you listen to the metronome, I'm almost off. And try not to quantize too much, because then it sounds like very generic. So like, but it happens sometimes. So you'll take the 808. So I love that. It's just like sloppy as heck, but it's perfect. Just very simple. I'm learning that like silence is just as important in a beat as like the noise. So if you have too much noise, you don't have a balance where like people can like breathe and sing and feel and think. You have this come in. And then this would be one of my favorite parts of the entire song. It's this flute. So when I started like making beats, it made me interested to learn more about music because of like the pad and the lead combination. That's like one of my favorite. That's pretty much the beat. It's very simple and the same thing all the way through. Now let's go to the vocals. Here's the vocal track. I like to do the vocal track separate from the main production sometimes, because I don't want it to be too bogged down, and I can get a good clear mix on the beat and bring it into another session with the vocals. And most of the time, a lot of my vocal tracks come from me importing the beat into a random session and kind of freestyling over it. So like it's just kind of a pattern for me, I guess. I made it wind in, the wind up kind of feel. Actually, in the final session, you will hear lightning and like thunder, Afraid of Lightning. I was actually mixing the song out on a balcony in Bryson City. I was with some family visiting the mountains, and I had my headphones on and I was mixing this song, and I heard lightning and I heard thunder, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I need to sample it. So like I took my phone out, set it on the balcony and recorded, and then put it into the beat. And I also like took some like recordings, like some default recordings of like storms, and put them in there. So I mixed them throughout the beat. So you'll hear it during the chorus. There's actually real thunder and lightning in there that goes with the song. So right here, I have my, let's see, this is my main vocal track.
I grew up afraid of lightning. Guess it made it more exciting.
So, not too much effect, but I mean, it's a lot of delay going on. And then I did a bunch of weird background stuff. I'm like,
I grew up afraid of lightning. Guess it made it more exciting.
So there's like a, like kind of like you're like floating away, and then there's a, which is kind of like just a random thing I was hearing at the time. So right there when I go in Forever Young, there's harmonies that come in. Yeah, how's it go? Life will then just pick the better. Baby, lovers are forever young. So I do like a little weird like,
you and I will be the only ones.
so that's like, it's simple. And then you get to the chorus.
In my nightmare, I found you.
That one main voice where I'm like screaming like, in my nightmare, like that one is playing, and then there's a couple behind it that are kind of like, you hear it.
In my nightmare, I found you.
I kept playing with different keys. This is the one I found that works. I don't think that it's the best. I really want to do an acoustic version where I go back and do it in another key, like probably the original one that I like wrote it in, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe if people ask for it, or like my friends be like, hey, you should do that, I might do it. I would really like to. This one was very basic, and yeah, I liked it that way. I felt like it was perfected at that point, so I just left it. Growing up, I was afraid of lightning. I guess it just made it more exciting. It was me kind of like recognizing that I have fears that are not real and they're irrational, but they're everyday things that you're afraid of. And you know that you're never going to face something that the Lord's not going to bring you through. So why do you feel like you have to be afraid of it? I really don't need to be afraid of the day-to-day, because it's been here since I was young, and it's just always been that way. And also, like, one of my favorite parts of the song is obviously the chorus, where it's like, in my nightmares I found you, it ain't quite fair but it's true. Life, you don't always get to write the script. It feels like there are moments when it feels unscripted and you're like, I don't really know what to do. Those are sometimes one of the, you know, the beautiful moments when you find the real you. And in the chorus I'm talking about, that's when I found God, in those moments when I was like, oh man, you've been here the whole time. Even when you read the Bible, like when David's talking about, even if I make my bed in hell, you are there. It just really takes the pressure off of you, because you don't feel like you can ever lose. Even though gravity pulls me down, we've made a wonderful life here on the ground. Like, we have this thing called gravity pulls us down, but our life here on earth is beautiful. I don't feel like I'm trying to escape gravity. I feel like gravity, I've used it to my advantage. So that's what the song is all about. Taking gravity, taking your fears and making them work to your advantage, because it's all about perspective at the end of the day. So yeah, that is Afraid of Lightning. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Thank you.
I grew up afraid of lightning. Yes, it made it more exciting.